We doing this, guys.
We are?
We are so doing this. We've been talking about this for how long? Well, me and Carrie have been talking about it
We've been
for a
talking
while.
about it for a couple of years, and we're here. And we finally talked.
finally got Megan to join.
2 years. Just
Okay.
took 2 years of talking.
It took 2 years and 2 shots of vodka to get her right here in this seat right here.
So, yeah, this is our podcast. What is it called?
It's called Got Her Back.
Got Her Back Podcast, right?
I love this. I love the whole idea of it. I love that it's going to be all things girls, women, momming, wifing, girlfriend, divorcing, bossing, like all the things, dating. Like, I just am very excited to be here. I love you and I love you. So
love you
I'm
both
really
so
excited to be here with
Love
you.
you, bitches.
I've had a podcast for a long time, but I'm... Okay, so can we just go ahead and say Megan is going to be... Let's just
It's
start
either
her.
you hate or you love Megan. That's
Let's
what
just
it is.
start her.
I
It
love
is what
you.
it is.
Yeah.
Unfiltered.com.
Let's just start her swear jar right now.
Okay. I
So
think that's a
every
good
time
idea.
you swear,
Okay.
you owe us $1.
Got
and
it.
next time, I'm going to bring the little something cute.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we're just gonna-
$1, bitch.
That's for you. $2.
Drink.
1.
I will say, too, I'm now a White Claw girl. Drake made me a believer.
Okay.
I saw a whole new Carrie at Drake that night. I mean,
Yeah.
newly separated.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know who that was. You've been best friends with
Hey,
me for...
they didn't have any mixed drinks, I'll tell you, because you weren't there. And I'm not a beer girl and I'm not a wine girl. Totally allergic. So all they had was
White Claw.
White Claws. So 2 White Claws in, and I understand.
It was the best. It was the
I
best
wish I would have
night.
been there.
We had so much fun in the Whataburger line
So good.
and hanging out in your kitchen with Taryn.
You got to have taquitos at the end of the night.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait.
Yeah,
Sorry.
with her baby boy. Well, not so baby boy now, but we
Yes.
brought him Whataburger and we
Aw.
just got to chill and stuff. So it was really fun. I mean, I felt like we would end up in a club, but we ended up at Whataburger in
Yeah,
our
we were
kitchen by like
Club
11
Megan.
o'clock. Yeah, Club Megan.
Oh,
yeah.
fun.
You missed out.
I did.
You totally missed out.
I did. Maybe next time.
Yes.
Drake and J. Cole is coming. I don't know if they're coming to Texas, though, but I know they have a concert. coming up.
21 Savage was where it was at.
I love
though.
21 Savage. But I don't know. Like, I love his music. I just don't know if I enjoy watching him perform. He just
Oh,
walks
no.
back and forth.
I don't know. I enjoyed it, but it might have been the White Claws. I don't know.
Yeah, I've seen him perform before, and he just, just walks back and forth. But I love his music.
I have
do.
a confession to make. So I'm the girl that has never watched music videos. So
What?
unless it was like Michael Jackson, like Thriller, like maybe I watched that as
I
a
mean,
kid.
I watch
but
music videos
I know
now.
that like I'm showing my age.
I have a
because
confession.
Oh, yeah.
What is that?
I have a confession.
What
This
is
is how opposite we are. So when I was 5 years old, I got banned from MTV because that's all I watched was music videos, and my parents cut me off.
Yeah, I don't even listen to the words on songs. Like, so I have no idea what they mean.
I'm all about the lyrics.
Oh,
I'm all about the beat.
me too, the beat.
The
I could
beat.
tell you. It could talk about somebody dying and I have no clue. I'm like, ooh, I like that.
Okay, let's switch
Reel it
pages,
in.
Really quick.
So tell us a little bit about you, Maria,
So-
because this is our first podcast. So I feel like we have to introduce ourselves and we have to kind of give a little bit of a backstory, which I'm
Yeah.
sure everybody knows who you are. Hello.
I don't think everybody knows who I am.
Well,
but
tell us.
Who
my
are
name
you?
is Maria Shelton.
Mm-hmm.
I am a mother of 3,
Mm-hmm.
married to my best friend.
You're married to me? That is
You
so
are.
sweet.
No,
Who
not
are you
I think I
married
love
to?
someone more than you.
Yikes. Okay.
My husband is Trent Shelton, and y'all, this is not me. This is like this podcast.
I mean, everybody knows who Trent Shelton is, so don't get embarrassed. But he is fine, and he is inspirational and motivational, and everybody loves him, especially
Yeah.
the ladies. Sorry.
It's just I'm so used to being behind the scenes, so it's kind of like this is. If y'all could feel me right now in my face, it's like hot.
Speaking
okay.
of, how
just
many
get so
years
nervous.
did you stay? Because I was thinking about this because I met you and never saw you on any social media platform, didn't know who his wife was for many years.
Yeah.
And I think that was your choice, but why?
It was more so of protecting myself because, I mean, not gonna lie, social media can be really harsh, just on on anybody. So it's just like kind of protecting myself from opinions from, because I'm pretty sure a lot of people see Trent and they kind of have a picture of who his wife is. They probably think that, oh, she's a fitness person. Oh, she's this big, she's probably really well, talks really well and stuff. But I'm not. I'm very, bottled in, I guess.
You're an introvert.
I think so until you get to know
I would
you.
think I'm a social introvert.
Yeah.
Yeah, but both sides.
It took me a while because I was always afraid of what people would have to say about me. You know what I mean? I mean, you're on social media and people could literally just
But was it
Tear
as
you
bad as
down.
what you thought? Like, did you ever get backlash like that? Was whenever
all
you
the time.
first?
But I think it's because growing up, I've always gotten backlash. So I've learned how to, especially now, I would say I've learned how to kind of build a wall and I just ignore every bad thing because at the end of the day, not everybody is going to like
Yeah.
me, or people are always going to have something negative to say. So my thing is, I mean, if you're talking about me, that must mean I'm a little important to you.
Why do you think that it
I'm just
took me
kidding. No, I'm
so
just-
long for y'all to get me to do this? I was
It
like,
takes a lot.
it's my own insecurities. I was
Yeah.
like, that love me or hate me thing. Like, I want to be over here where people love me. But honestly, like, even in my career, I'm okay with like putting up a wall
yeah.
and letting everyone think I'm a bitch. And it is what it is.
$2 for you.
Yeah. it
there you
is.
go,
It
$2
is.
right there.
So,
I'm gonna keep.
I'm good at that persona. But if
Yeah.
someone wants to come on this side of my fence and really get to know me and really get to know who I am, then maybe I'll give them a shot. And I'm super loyal, like loyal to a
Yeah.
fault.
This is really funny because last night I was actually having a conversation about you. You were brought up in conversation and they were talking about how tough you are and how like they wouldn't want to cross you and stuff like that. And I just started laughing. I was like, if you really knew her though, like
Aw.
that's never crossed my mind, honestly, because I just feel like Megan's like, and this is funny because we had a conversation about this from back when you were in sports in high school and you were really thin and really small and how you had to learn how to be mouthy. I do remember this conversation a long time ago.
We
And I was
are.
like, Megan learned that like as a defense mechanism and that's really not like her like true like personality.
I was.
So
It was
I don't even
bullied.
think of Megan as that person. Like to me, I don't see it where other people see it. So I just see like a softie, like
Aw.
sweetie, like that's like who I see you as. But I feel like we have a different relationship then.
I think like high school is like tough. We talked about this earlier.
Yeah.
Like, it's
Oh.
either you could be like too big or in my case, I was 5'11", 123 pounds. So I was too
Yeah.
skinny. So I was all the names, toothpick of the round table and Skeletor. I was all those things. And, when I finally decided to like fight back, I was telling my son the other day, a couple kids were calling him fat. And I'm like, Taryn, your face is chiseled. Like you're
Wow.
by no means fat. Like what in the world? I'm like, look, you've got to like stand up for yourself.
Absolutely.
And I can remember drilling a girl in the back in basketball practice with a basketball. And after that, like, once you fight back, they'll leave you alone.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
that's where I kind of, like,
Because no one's
learned.
gonna stick up for you
Right.
more than you stick up for yourself.
And I'll be honest, like over time, like I think I became like I took it to an extreme, right? Like I took it to like, okay, let me just be cold. But it was a way to protect myself. It was just a way of like, okay, I can keep them at bay. Here's my fence. I've built a wall. You stay over there. I'm going to stay over here. I'm secure. I feel safe. You can't get me. Ha ha ha. Like, yeah, I think I'm a bitch. I don't care. That's $3.
$3.
Make it
We're gonna
holler.
be rich over here,
But-
Maria.
With you being an athlete, see, I'm completely opposite of that. I was like the nerd. I would say I'm a cool nerd. But I never thought athletes had, that much drama.
Here's the deal.
Not drama,
like,
but
I would say I was like a boys girl, right? Like all
Okay.
my friends, like
Were
I had a couple
boys?
of girlfriends, but like most of the boys were my friends because they respected me because I was this great athlete. But I was also a nerd. I had red hair and braces and super skinny.
Super
and-
smart.
Yeah, like made straight A's. So now when my kid is like not doing well in school, it's like God tests you because you're like, oh my God, I don't know what anything is other than an A. I'm about to die. You know what I mean? And so like as an athlete, I had that, but it was my outlet. School, I excelled in school because that was expected in my household. It was expected from my dad. I didn't excel and be a straight A student because I wanted to. I didn't really care.
Yeah.
I did it to make my dad happy.
I think that worked well in your favor, though, because you are super successful and you're a really good mom and everything else. So I think all of that came into play, like the older that you got.
I think sports for sure. Like it's funny. I was actually texting with a coach, it's from 30 years ago, a coach yesterday that was, speaking life into me, 30-year relationship with coaches that I had in high school from 7th grade on. They're my Facebook friends. They text me on my personal cell and they check in on me. And to make that big of an impact, like kudos to teachers, you know what I mean? Kudos to coaches. Like I literally like had coaches that stepped in and, showed me the way. And that's totally helped me in my business later on in life, for sure.
And we're super competitive. Don't say my name.
Carrie. Tell us about yourself.
Yeah, what about you, Carrie? We've been doing all the talking.
Yeah.
It's funny because
let people in. Let people in.
Here.
There.
Don't you think I do
that? No.
I'm just joking.
No,
Maybe
I hear this a lot lately.
Okay.
So this is eye-opening to me. I think it's interesting because you talking about your personality and then you talking about yours, like being a straight A and all that stuff. Me, not so much. Like, I was very emo.
I don't see you as, I don't know, your hair earlier this morning kind of gave me because I love that little hump in the back. So maybe
I was very emo.
Did you know she was a mascot in high school?
I was the mascot in high school.
Are you even allowed to say that you were the mascot? Because isn't that like
not
a secret thing?
I mean, not at the time. Like, you would, I loved it, you guys. Like, because you didn't have to fix your hair and you didn't have to do anything, and you were behind the mask, so you could act crazy
and be
My
silly.
favorite songs to play were like Diddy and Mace and all the things like that. Everybody was like, oh. Well, I'm from a really small town, so I'm from a really small town, so that was great. I actually went to state in mascot.
Oh, they have state in mascot? I've never heard that.
Oh, yes.
State in mascot, guys.
Is that a sport?
Yes, you know you can get a
Yes.
college degree in that.
Yes,
Yes,
so,
girl.
I like ended up winning, and then got to be in the Christmas like Macy's Day Parade type thing, and they pulled the okey doke on me. So when I got there, they were like, "Oh no!" I always had a really cute body. I'll say that.
So why would you hide behind
And so they like when I got there, they were like, "No," and they gave me this glittery crop top. It was red and these low rise bell bottom red glitter pants, and they were like, "No, you're gonna dance in this." And I was like flipping out, and that's what I had to wear. But I could also flip, like I could do tons of backflips and stuff. So I would flip in my costume.
Yeah,
and
I could flip in the head and everything.
I know the
I'm
secrets.
a good flipper.
I'm about to tell them all.
So
mascot?
Yeah, so I ended up having to do this cold parade in a crop top, and we did All I Want for Christmas Is You, Mariah Carey. I had to learn the whole number. I have it on VHS. If anybody wants to see that one day, we can have a party, but that's me. But I was very emo. I feel like I had a very chaotic childhood, so I liked to be like behind that and I always like rooted for the underdog. I was very smart, but hated school.
So you were totally opposite from Maddie.
Yes.
Maddie is like popular girl poster, like.
So I was not because
I
I was always like going like with the underdog crowd, like because that's who I always gravitated towards. But I had friends in both. But I always gravitated towards the others because those were my parents' friends, and we were very, very poor. And it was just like more comfortable for me, I would say. So that was
that
like
you were a mascot.
me.
That's so
I graduated when I was 17 and moved the day after I graduated. Like moved. You know, my town has 3 red lights, so it's super small, super, small-minded, I would say. I love the town now, but at the time, I was ready to leave. So
it's so crazy because I feel like I've known you for a very long time, at least like 6 or 7 years, but I didn't really get to know you like as Carrie, my friend,
Yeah.
until like
Couple
Now,
years ago.
right now, I'm just kidding.
Was that last year?
So I am also newly divorced and, living my best life. I have 3 kids. I have an adult kid. I have 2 little kids. And I'm just like loving life right now, honestly.
I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Woo, I'm here
feel
for it.
like
This is the
I'm
new
in my
Carrie.
40s. I love my 40s. I'm like learning like more about myself.
yeah.
It's funny because like just in the last few months, I keep hearing like, you're so closed off. You're so closed off. And that's not who
How old were you?
thought
Like, how old
I
were you
was.
when you got married?
I was 29
Okay,
when I
so
got
we're-
married, but we met when I was 23. So
Okay.
he was 21 and I was 23 and super young. We're together for almost 18 years. So I feel like, no disrespect towards him or the marriage. I'm super happy that I have my children. But I think every single year you change. And I
You were
feel like
young.
I've changed. I mean, I'm definitely not the same person I was
Mhm.
even last year. I'm definitely not the person I was at 23.
Yeah.
So, I'm just like loving
Yeah.
being a mom
What about
right
you?
now.
Megan, what about you? When did you get? Well, did you even
Megan is separated. So we have separated, divorced, and happily married. So
We got
you
all
get
the
all of the
facets.
angles here, which is
Because-
so cool.
How about you? When did you first get married? When did you get married?
I got married the same, 29, but we've
See?
been together 19 years. We met in college. Didn't see each other for 7 years. Met at a club one night, and I was,
He was
a
like, Megan, is that you?
yeah. I was like, Megan, is that you? And,
You have curves now, Megan.
Ooh, I would be what you call like a late bloomer. I would tell you.
Yeah.
I told you I was like the ugly duckling and athlete in high school. I was, but that was like I hid behind. My best friend in high school. She was like homecoming queen, and I had 2 best friends. One that was like on the basketball team, and one that we did all the sports together: cross country, basketball, and track, and we just did the rotation. But she was Miss Popular, and I was the mouthy one, right? And so everyone thought that like I was the bad one, but little did they know that she was really like, it was her.
You took hits for her.
A lot of bullets for that. But I love her, and it's funny, we've been friends to this day, 30-something years.
Yeah.
I'm just like, but yeah. So I'm separated. I have 3 kids. My oldest is my stepson. I have 2 younger. Well, I say that I have 26 years old son, 17-year-old son, and a 3-year-old little girl. So I tell people I can only handle one at a time.
One at a
Yeah,
time.
one
is
at
a
a time.
great analogy.
Yes.
And I love you so much. Like, I feel like we have so many parallels
We do.
because just hearing like the age you got married and how long you were married and where we got married. Like, I think that's so interesting about our story is yes, we met because you were a client of mine and you forced me to be your friend.
Do you remember
I'm
when
just
I came in?
kidding.
I came into her shop and I was like, I know your husband, because it's weird because I knew him before her. Like I'd known him 20 plus years. I walked in, I was like, I know your husband, but not like that.
I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
have you slept with him?
I was like, but not like that. No, I don't know him like that. And so, yeah. And I just kept like, at the time, your studio was really close to my house. And I don't know, like,
I
just
came
kinda-
home like 2 different times. I was like, this girl has stopped by a couple times. And
Yeah,
I
she's
think
lost
she
her
wants
mind.
me to be her friend. And
Yeah.
but then I was like,
It's like I
I'm
forced myself on you.
obsessed with you. Like obsessed. I have nothing but good
I
things to say.
love
But
you.
it's interesting. Like, I don't know if you know this, but me and Megan got married at the same place. Like we both got married in Mexico. We both been married the same amount of time. We were the same age when we got married.
Our kids' birthdays,
All of our kids' birthdays are like
around
same
the
week,
It's
literally.
weird.
Like, we
the
have
2 of them the
very-
same day. It's weird.
But
we
we're-
both have childhood traumas.
We're polar opposites.
Yeah. But I think
polar opposites, but I work so well like that because like Megan will like boss you around and I'm like hate to like think for myself.
bossy?
So when
I'm
Megan
not
bosses
bossy.
me around, I'm like, yeah, I'm coming. I'm on my way. Like I don't like to make I don't care. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like I can make plans and do stuff. But
Maria, it was so nice when we went to Bali, and I actually when we were planning that trip, and I told Carrie, I was like, "Oh my God, Maria's a planner. She's a worse
I'm a
planner.
control
yeah,
freak.
yeah, but you
That's
were like
what
a
it is.
worse planner. When you
spreadsheet got me,
spreadsheet
girl.
of like our itinerary, I almost shit. I literally was like, I told Carrie on the side, I'm like, what the fuck is this?
I was like,
Literally.
this spreadsheet has
Literally.
me dead.
I'm like,
Y'all,
But it was the best thing ever.
I love it.
Maria Shelton. I cannot. Like, girl, you had it down to the damn minute. It was like
I tried.
It was the best thing
but
ever.
we were there for only 6 days.
Only
Not
6.
even,
Yeah,
like 5
but-
days. And
So y'all, my new boyfriend just planned us a trip to Germany for Christmas, like for my birthday.
Oh, girl.
On my birthday, we'll be seeing Coldplay on my birthday
Oh.
in Munich.
Oh, my goodness.
And he has a friend or somebody, a colleague that's gonna go with us from the area,
That'll
and
be
like
so
sent us a
fun.
whole freaking thing like you. And I was like,
It's Maria.
it's Maria in a mouth form.
you guys, I love to control what I can.
Mhm.
Well,
That is.
you know
That's
what?
just me. And I love, like,
Have
I
you
love
always been this way?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, like if you see my calendar on my phone, it literally
I don't have one.
has
I don't
everything.
either. I'm speaking of my age. At 46, I had to start using a calendar this year, and I'm the girl that puts the stuff in the calendar and then doesn't check it. So then someone had to teach me because I just got an iPhone. Like, okay, you can make an alert. So now I
it'll
have to
tell
send an
you.
alarm, and it'll say like, Megan, be here, because I was like, what's the point? I put it in the. That's me.
Have
I'm
to do
putting it in
the
the
alerts.
calendar, and I'm not checking it. So like, what? I'm still forgetting.
Girl,
I used to be able to do everything. Like, okay, keep it all on my head. I can't keep that crap on my head
I'm
anymore.
just winging it every single day.
Oh my
no,
lord!
I can't
yeah.
do that. That
I'm
would
winging
fly
it.
me.
Y'all would be so stressed if y'all were with me all the
No,
time.
I thrive and fly by the seat of my pants. I thrive. That's why I love my job, because my job, I can literally go in if I want to sell this one day or sell that or tell somebody what to do the next day, or it doesn't matter. Like, I love that, but it doesn't.
So what do you do? I know what you do.
You know what
Come
I do?
on, what do you
people don't
do,
know what
Meg?
you do.
So glamorous.
Let's go around the table
Girl,
here.
It is so glamorous.
Yeah,
I'm a
but
freaking insurance agent.
That's
No,
awesome.
you're not. No, you're not.
You're everything.
No, you're not. You're an
garden
owner.
angel. That's what you
Oh,
are.
you're so sweet. I love you.
Yeah, you're my garden angel. You cover our vehicles.
You're very. I know she's downplaying it.
Yeah, today her butt was going 65 in the 75. And I'm like, Maria, I'm texting her going, Maria, drive. It's 75. And next thing I know, I hear a ding, ding, ding. She's sending me pictures. She was editing pictures. I'm like, don't you know I'm your insurance agent? Like, stop editing pictures.
She can edit if she goes 10 below the speed. That buys her some editing.
She's like, oh, I thought this truck makes me. And I'm like, no, girl, you were doing so. Okay, I was editing pictures. I'm like, yeah, you just sent them to me.
I
Of
do that
course you
all the
were.
time.
No, ma'am. I'm both your insurance
Yeah.
agents. No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
I do.
No, ma'am.
And then so we pull up to where we were going to get lunch at, and I was just going to park on the other side of where the restaurant was, and she was like, Maria, we can't park here. It says towing enforced. We're patrons. It said
But it was for that side. There was a fence, Maria. There was a fence. We would have got towed. We would have got towed.
we wouldn't have.
Yes,
got
we
towed.
would have.
Trent
Yes,
would
we
have been mad at
Ooh,
us.
girl.
No, he would have. We're there.
Girl, but we weren't at the hair salon or the Jamaican food restaurant. We were next door at the barbecue restaurant. So no, we couldn't park there. You were about to get us towed.
You would have parked there.
Girl,
and I was gonna have to.
rebel spirit. I was emo. Okay,
And
so
I would have had to phone a friend
I'm
and been
rebel.
like, help.
I have the biggest rebel spirit you've ever seen. So, for instance, like if my parents said, don't leave this house past midnight, like, bitch, I was leaving the house at 12:05.
Did you just say bitch?
I did.
Oh, I hit the table. I wasn't supposed to do that.
I was out. Like, or if my parents would say, don't, do this, then I was like, oh, I'm going to do that. So if I see a no parking sign, then I'm going to go park there.
Do you
like,
know what I want to tell you?
And I never grow out of it. Like you would think
No,
I would
you
grow out
you
of
know,
it.
like, you know what I want to say to you? And this is just like an outsider looking in. And I'm just telling you, because I've watched you like for the last 8 years, like the Carrie that I met and became best friends with. Of course, I love everything about you. But I felt like you were like some submissive little, like, I don't even know what the word is for it. And I was just like, and now this new Carrie, I am here for it because I am loving this new Carrie. I feel like this is Carrie. I feel like
Yes.
you were almost like pretending to be somebody that you weren't.
That's so true.
I don't. I mean,
so sad.
I need you to be
think
yourself.
it's very, very
Yeah.
true. I've gotten several messages lately from people who aren't close to me and are close
I
to
don't
me.
think you
Oh.
weren't. I think
can
more
look at
so you were.
photos. I can look at photos and see it. Like
Yeah.
I saw a photo
Really?
this
Yes.
morning and I was kind of sad. I was like, what? is happening? Like, that is not you. Like,
Yeah.
and this is what it was. Like, I grew up super crazy, chaotic life. Love my parents. I'm not saying anything about my parents.
Yeah.
Love the way I grew up. Wouldn't change it for anything. Like, I think it built character. I can chameleon. I can go either way. Like, my mom's side is completely different than my dad's side, and whatever. Like, I love and value the way that I grew up now. But when I was in my 20s and 30s, it was like I wanted to like be completely different than that, and I wanted to be like more like taken seriously, and I wanted to be somebody different, and I could, completely like had a facade. You know what I mean? I wanted to be married. I rushed and got married because I was about to turn 30, not because I thought it was the best thing ever. We weren't that amazing. You know what I mean? Looking back now, like, I'm not saying anything about that. I love my kids, like I said, but I was feeling pressure of turning 30, and I wanted to be completely different than the environment that I grew up in. I wanted to give my oldest son like a stable household. I can see it now in my 40s, but then turning 30, I couldn't see it. But I have these conversations all the time.
You probably wanted to fulfill a dream that you wanted growing up,
What I wanted as a child is what I wanted to give, like, Brylan.
Absolutely,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
And
everybody wants a white picket fence.
I wanted to
If
give
you
that to
don't- If you're a
Brylan.
little girl and say you don't want the white picket fence and think you need to have a perfect marriage.
But honestly, the crazy thing was, because I never had a great grasp on marriage, like, I had not good examples. Like, from birth to 25, I said I would never get married. Like, I literally said that never envisioned it, nothing. And then turning 29, I'm like, and I was I was having Kason, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have another kid. So I definitely want to be married. And that was like applying pressure. It's like the pressure of turning 30, which is wild because in your mind, when you're turning 30, you think it's like the end of the world. And now that I'm 42, I'm like, feel like I'm just coming to life,
How old were you when you were married?
I got married at 28.
Yeah. We're all about the same age. Which honestly, like, if you look at like, that's honestly like older, and now it's even older than that.
No, now it's younger,
like,
and this one is younger.
Well, I feel it's old. No, like this generation, they don't care about getting married, and it's like in their 30s and sometimes even 40s for the first.
And I cried.
Yeah, like, girl, my sister was married at 24. I mean, back then you just like, I'm older than you guys a little bit, so I just, like, that's what you did. But I was the same. It was 29. I can relate with that. Like, it just. I had a son before I got married, and he was how old was my son? 2, 3?
How old were you when you had Taryn?
Oh, let's see. He is 17 and I'm 46. So I was 29.
Was he planned?
I was actually 31 when I got married. No, I missed one birth control pill.
Yeah.
It was Thanksgiving, and CVS wasn't open, and I missed one birth control pill.
Oh my gosh, we all have similar birth control stories.
Yes, but you know what? He's the most amazing unplanned blessing that I ever had in my life. Like, my oldest is 26, which is my stepson, and he is, like, from my relationship. But my firstborn, which is Taryn, is 17, and literally, like, he's just an old soul.
They're like your saving grace.
Well, it is, but like, he's just such an old soul that, like, he literally, I feel like sometimes it's him teaching me, like.
I feel like he teaches me.
Golly. I'm just like, I feel like
I'm
sometimes.
just not around him much. Every time I'm at your place,
I feel like sometimes he's the parent and
you
I'm the
just gotta
kid.
catch
And I'm
him
like,
right when nobody else is around, when he comes in her room.
You just got to get him going.
You got to get him going. Because
it
it took me years to get him going.
Oh, my neighbors, when I first had him, my first neighbors, they thought that he was mute, that he didn't talk. And back then it was like a cool thing to like teach sign language to your kids. And so I'm like doing sign language for pop and all this stuff, and my neighbor was like, does he not talk? And I'm like, well, yeah, girl, he talks. He just doesn't talk to you, like, so yeah, that was like a whole thing when he was little. But,
you should have kept it going for a while.
I should have. I really should have.
Should have kept it going.
Girls, I want to ask, like, we have our podcast. I know, like, we've been talking a lot. I know. So her and got her back, HER. It means humble, empowered, and real. So, Maria, let's start with you. What does it mean to you?
It means just being your true self. Like what I said before, I hid behind, you know that I'm a photographer.
Well, you might
so
not know, but what tell
Oh.
them what you want.
So
Come
that's like
on.
photography is my passion. So I felt like that was a way of me like showing my self, but behind the lens, if that makes
With
sense.
your kiddos first,
Yeah.
right?
So to me, it's just being real and being just,
You're like the Uber mom, like literally, like you're
Girl.
so girl bye. You're like I tell people, like
it's because I love structure
yeah,
and
but
I thrive
want
off
to tell
of it.
you,
And
I told my
spreadsheets.
sister, like you stay at home moms, but you also have a career as well. Like you have, you're great on social media and an influencer, but you have the toughest job in the world. I would rather work 80 hours a week than to freaking be a stay-at-home mom. There's no way I'd like Netflix and chill all day.
You want to know why? Because I used to work back then.
Yeah, Maria was a full-time mama
I didn't
worker whenever I met
I didn't stop
her.
working until after Maya was born. And at first, it actually took a while because I was like, I don't know if I want to be home.
Yeah.
Like I love my job. I love being in control of something. Like I've loved being part of projects. So staying home was like a huge adjustment for me. And I had a friend that said, if you're able to, stay home because you don't get that time back with your children.
Oh, I hear that. The time
And
it goes
so
by
I
so
felt
fast.
like that really opened up my eyes. And it took a lot. Like I always thought that being a stay-at-home mom means you just get to sleep in and just, lay in the
I will say
bed.
being a stay-at-home mom is the hardest job.
Because you were a
ever.
stay-at-home mom first.
I tried it.
Yeah.
Okay. I wouldn't say I tried it. So I worked my whole life. Like I worked from age 13 until I had Kason. No, till I had Maddie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, till I had Maddie. So I was a full-time worker when I had Kason.
Okay.
And so I only had you only get like 6 weeks off or something like that. Went right back. And then I was like just really frustrated with being the first one to drop him off, last one to pick him up. And just, I was just missing my kids. So then when I had Maddie really quickly, I was like, I want to stay home. And I tried it. And girl, hell no. I mean, I wanted to because I watched my older sister do it and did it so eloquently. PTA mom, photographer, she did it so well, and she was always like an inspiration to me. So I was like, oh, I want to do that. But for me, like it caused depression, and
I can see that.
I didn't feel like I had a purpose. And I was literally sweeping and mopping my floors all day and pissed when my kids dropped anything. And now when I look back, I'm like, I wish I would have just enjoyed the whole day, cleaned up when they laid down. You know what I mean? But at the time, I couldn't see that, right? But I think I did it for like 6 months. I was mad whenever my husband went to work. I was irritated when he came home. I was like already mad at him. So I'm like, you got to go to work and you got to have lunch and all this stuff.
I think it was just easy for me because Trent works from home. So
Maria,
it's kind of like our way of like.
I'm just going to give a shameless plug right now. I mean, she hasn't said what she does, but I am damn happy that you're not a stay-at-home mom. So everyone look into the camera, show them your eyebrows because you're our.
Oh, wait, this is my camera.
Boss babe over here. Woo, if you want to look right and tight with your lips and your eyebrows and all the things. Yes, girl, because if you were a stay-at-home mom, girl, you've transformed my face.
We would look the way that we look. Yeah.
It was it was really cool because I was stay-at-home mom and I went and visited one of my favorite friends that I've had since kindergarten, and she does lashes from home, and I brought my babies over there and they were playing with her babies, and she was working and she was just chatting it up with these girls, and she would give them a mirror when they would get up. They'd throw a few $100 down. They would hug her and they would leave. And I was like, I'm in the wrong business. Like I need this. She was like, Carrie, you've always loved beauty. You've always loved makeup. Like all my sisters went straight into beauty. Everybody in my family went straight into beauty. And I loved it, I feel like, more than anybody. But rebel spirited, I was like, I'm not going to do what everybody else did. I'm going to do something completely different. I should have just followed that passion. But then I was like, okay, I'll give it a try. And then I started with lashes and then, loved eyebrows. And then I just like, I feel like I get...
give
I
women...
get to girl chat with girls.
No, not women. You give because men can do it too, the brows and all that stuff.
Yes.
But you give people that extra boost of confidence.
Which
Girl,
is like,
I had no brows before I met you.
which is like my jam. I love to like, what
Yeah.
is your insecurity and let's fix it. But also let's like chat and let me make you feel better. And then we're like besties when you get up. And then I have a new friend. And I was so introverted when I started my business. It really taught me more like communication and how to like connect with people, no matter like if they're a billionaire or if they saved up for a year to come and see me or whatever. Like I can connect with like any woman in the whole world. It doesn't matter. And that's what I love. Like I love like women. So asking about our name and, you know, all the things, like I'm all about like female empowerment. I'm all about like the real, you know. So I'm excited to be here. That's what I think.
I
What do you
absolutely
think?
love that we're all totally different in a way. You know, like it just kind of brings in so much more. Like I can't relate to what you do. I can't relate to what you do, but we kind of find comfort
Mm-hmm.
It's fine.
in
You find
supporting
common
each
ground.
other. Yeah,
Right,
like
because
getting
guess
to
what?
know
We're
what
all
you're.
women.
Yeah,
And you know what? I'm so tired of this fad of like, oh, like, you know what? You want to, like, as you get older, you want to have people that build you up and are your cheerleaders and
Yeah.
support you. And when you win, they win with you. They're not talking about you behind your back and they're not jealous and they love you. Like, I like just I look over my life and I just like, this podcast, when I look at you guys, and I love you both so
this
much.
is our new baby.
I know, but it's also like I look at like I want relationships in my life where they reciprocate. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I want for somebody that's going to pour into me that I pour into them.
Well, I know somebody who says, keep your circle small.
That's right. When you get to the
Protect your
top.
peace.
When you get to the top.
And wait,
yeah.
what else?
It is. You know, like
It's super true, right?
It is so true and real. If you want to know somebody that'll keep it real, sometimes it takes me longer to get there, right? To open up and be real about certain topics, but I keep it 100 all the time.
That's what I love about you.
You know, I'm going to tell you the truth. You may not like it, but I'm going to tell you the truth. And sometimes it's a little bit much. So I think that's probably, Maria, you're right, where you get the love me or hate me. I think the people that really truly get to know me and really see like, you know, what I bring to the table, you know, those are the people that I want to keep close to my heart. And it doesn't matter like what type of friendship or relationship I'm in. You know, Carrie, you were asking us last night, like, what's our word for the year? And I said, I need 2 words. It's my worth. It's my worth. I am going to focus in 2024 on my worth. That is what I'm going to focus on. And I literally have got to start finding comfort in myself and learning to love myself again. You know, going through a divorce, it's just, I feel like I've made so many people, not just a husband, but everybody around me happy. And I forgot who Megan was. And I forgot, you know, like, what does Megan like? What does Megan want to do? What makes Megan happy? And you forget that along the way, you know, like you start this journey and I was so career oriented and I wasn't happy at home. So I dove into my career and thank God it made me an awesome career, right? And I thrived and excelled. And that was what was filling my love tank between that and my friends. You know, that's what was filling my love tank for so many years. But it's also like finding some accountability, like, and making the changes and looking at myself in the mirror and saying, hey, if you don't make some changes, you're going to do the same thing and repeat some patterns. And so 2024 is my worth.
I'm so proud of you.
Oh, I love you. I love you guys. Heart. Maria, what's your word?
My word is patience.
Okay.
Patience. Y'all know I like structure.
I love this for
and
you.
so when people are not on page with my, you know, it takes a lot.
Do you feel like you have patience?
No.
I mean, the first road to recovery is admitting.
Is this cultural?
No, I don't think so.
Or is this just embedded in you from the minute you were born?
I think I've just always loved
learned.
structure. And so it's kind of hard. I mean, my husband does not thrive off of structure. You know, he's a creative. So it's kind of like he will do things based on what he feels like doing.
Yeah.
Versus me, I do things where I feel it's most, what's this word I'm looking for? What's this word I'm looking for? Come on. Like more, not convenient,
Regimented.
more productive.
Yeah.
More productive. So that's me. So when other people aren't aligned with my structure, it's hard. And not gonna lie, all my kids, Maya would probably be the most
Yeah,
structured
I
one
would
out of
agree
all
with
my
that.
3 kids. But I feel like that's where I lose a lot of patience, and that's where I need to work on myself because
Yeah, but those other kids will humble you.
Yeah.
Hey, the H
So
in
this is
her,
your word,
humble.
patience.
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 Yeah.
Patience. You got
So
it.
that's what I want for 2024 is just to be more patient. You know, my family deserves better because I feel like my patience kind of.
Hey,
You
look.
just keep them in line. Come on.
Come on
You
now,
just
girl.
keep them all in line.
Carrie, what is your word?
My
for
word
24?
is enough.
I'm loving that for you.
Mhm.
I'm loving that.
I love the word because all of this year and the years before was just like not thinking that you're enough. So
You're always enough for me.
Aw. Well, I have a new boyfriend and he does
Team G.
he does make me feel that way. And so I don't know, I guess like hearing it and like seeing the way that it can change like your mood, your confidence, like the way that you see yourself, your self-worth, all that stuff. I think that that's like speaks like so much, into your life because that's all that I ever really wanted. You know what I mean? But you can't make the wrong person like make you feel like the way that you want to feel. And sometimes it's okay to just say mercy and he'll be better, you'll be better, whatever. And then you can see like a whole new beginning. So I was never an advocate for divorce or anything like that. I mean, I stuck it out for a really long time just because my parents have been married multiple times. But just seeing the way if somebody does actually speak your love language, understand you, give you like words of affirmation, all the things, like how much different that can make you in just like a few months, like. And hopefully I just don't have like little heart goggles on.
You
Which I
do.
do.
No,
I do.
he's
You have hearts
amazing.
in my eyes.
He's amazing. I've met him and he's amazing.
But he has passed like
You
the
know what's
90
so
day
crazy
probation.
is like listening to you guys and like over here is like Maria, like because I was the same in my marriage. Like I thought like, okay, opposites attract. And then with you, like and now seeing you with G, I'm like, okay, like it's just like you guys speak the same language. And for me dating, I'm like, like now finding somebody when I'm dating and I'm literally like, oh, it's kind of scary. You're like the male version of me. And so I never thought that like two people that were so similar or alike could work. And I'm loving that. That's in your case, opposite attract. And it works for you, right?
Yeah.
But for us, like now, opposites attract.
It's crazy because
work.
like.
And now I'm like, oh.
It's crazy because like with him, it's like we almost have the same birthday. We have very similar personalities. We have the same exact love languages, which works really, really well because like his is words of affirmation, mine's words of affirmation. So you tend to speak, like you tend to do whatever yours is, which is why it's so hard, right? When you have an opposite because like if your words of affirmation, that's what you think they want. And so since we're the same, like ours is like exactly the same, like down to like every single one, like percentages, which was weird.
It's so
and
nice
like he sleeps with the TV on and I sleep with the TV on and like just weird things. We eat the same, like we like the same, like I don't know. So it's a lot easier. It's a lot less push-pull like that I'm used to. So I don't know. It's just easy. So I don't know. I'm loving the enough because I do finally feel like, okay, I can be myself and I am enough. I don't have to change. I don't have to be like how you met me or whatever. And I can just like be who I am. And yes, I love Jesus, but I do cuss a little now. But
I'm loving that. Come on with me.
I'm here with
Come on over to the
Megan
dark
has
side.
wore off on me a little bit, but I'm just not so worried about what everybody thinks about me.
That's good. You know what I mean? Like, that's a part of being like real.
Yeah.
Regardless whether you are this way, girl, I got your back.
I got your back.
I got your back. Got her back. Well, this was a good little wrap up to our first episode.
And what are our socials?
So if you are interested, first of all, we want to thank you for listening to us ramble and introduce ourselves and get our
I wouldn't say
feet
it's a
wet.
ramble. We like just chatted to get people to
girl
know
chat.
us.
We want to thank you guys for just tuning in and watching, and we invite you to follow us on all of our socials. It's Got Her Back podcast on all socials. Go ahead, Maria. Go ahead and say it properly.
It's Got Our Back podcast. Make sure you hit the follow because we need all the followers right now, you guys.
TikTok, Facebook,
TikTok,
Instagram,
Instagram.
all the things.
Yeah.
And we'll have a swear jar and we'll keep it real and we might just surprise you.
Whoop.
It's a wrap, guys. This is
It's
it.
a wrap.
Bye.